Kenya hakuna rais ameenda kwa miaka 5. Kwani huyu ndiye atakuwa wa kwanza? Kama tunafanya nini? Kama tumelala wapi? Kama nini imefanyika? Kwani Kenya ni yenu? Mjue William Ruto aende mahali.
This is Oscar Sudi, President William Ruto's right-hand man. Whenever Oscar Sudi speaks, I see the words of President William Ruto. You see, the president cannot come out directly to say some things. And therefore, there are people who are planted within the cycle of the president to be the one sending the message out to the public, especially those messages that the president himself cannot openly say. So here we have Oscar Sudi publicly and openly telling us that they are going to rig the 2027 elections and there is nothing you can do about it. Yani, it is now clear that they have accepted the reality on the ground. The Ruto's team, the President William Ruto and his cycle and the likes of Sudi Faramalim have accepted the fact that, the reality that they are not going to win elections. They have the first thing that they have done is to accept that fact that William Ruto is so unpopular right now, and that there is no way he's going to win elections, and that the only way for him to make a second term is for him to steal elections, and that they are preparing us psychologically that we are going to rig these elections. You see, Oscar Sudi's words are not just coming out of nowhere. No, this is a person who speaks with the president on a daily basis. Kimani Ichung'wah has already told us that Oscar Sudi is the mastermind behind what is happening in parliament. And remember, the parliament has already been captured by the president. The parliament has no voice. So everything that happens in Bunge, according to Kimani Ichung'wah, are all planned by one Oscar Sudi. And also remember that this is the same Oscar Sudi who told us that in 2 weeks' time we will not have a deputy president, and by then he was referring to the impeachment of DP Rigathi Gachagua. And so it happened. And he later came out to tweet that Niliwaambia, to confirm that the plans were already there and they succeeded in their plans. So he is coming again to tell us that the 2027 election is gone, and that the plan is, whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, we are going to rig these elections, and that there is nothing you can do about it. So I don't understand why Sudi feels so emboldened, but I won't even surprise him seeing Sudi saying such words. Farah Maalim say that if he was the interior CS, he would have killed Gen Zs, 5,000 Gen Zs on a daily basis. He made this statement sometimes back in the month of June, when the biggest protest to have ever happened in this country was going on. And recently he came back with an insult, insulting us about our mothers, about how we are so fools and stupid and all that. But these people must know that they are taking this country into an anarchy. The division they are causing to this country, they will regret it. This is not the time that they should be bragging about stealing election and rigging elections. This is not the right time. President William Ruto cannot in one hand say that he is uniting this country. Every time he stood up to speak, he says that, oh, I'm trying to unite this country. I'm trying to bring unity in this country. How can you say that you are bringing unity in this country when your people are making inflammatory statement, reckless statement that can burn this country? One thing that politicians know, that Kenyans are not just numbers. We are not just numbers. We are not that the people to extend your interest. We know that Kenyans don't mean anything to you, but we don't want war. We don't want to go back to 2007, what we witnessed in this country in 2007. It was a tragedy. It is still a painful experience. It was a painful experience up to date. And one thing for sure, no Kenyan wants to go back to 2007 post-election violence. So, what the president needs to do right now is to embark on doing something on the ground. It is easier to win elections when you do something. It is easier to win elections. Why rig elections when you have time to do and make people and work for people and make people vote you back? You are talking about rigging elections 3 years to elections? This is crazier. This is abnormal. This is absurd. So this means that with this Sudi statement, it means that the president and his people, the only plan they have right now is how they are going to rig elections. So I've also seen that the reports by the media reports today that our hospital is going down and that there are no enough medicine, BCG vaccinations, ARVs, and several other medicines in our hospitals. At the same time, the media is reporting that the president and the deputy president want to renovate their offices, and the amount to do so will cost the taxpayers' money 1.6 billion Kenyan shillings. So these politicians really, I don't know. I don't know what their plans are. But these politicians must know that this is not the 1997 Kenya. This is 2025. Everything they are saying is being recorded. Everything they are saying is being captured. And the likes of Oscar Sudi must understand that Kenyans are aware of their games. And Kenyans are ahead of these. So, and they must know that the fear is gone. The ground is boiling. Nobody, they cannot intimidate Kenyans and the Kenyans keep quiet. Kenyans have told them that we are not going to keep quiet. We are fearless now and we don't care about your threats. The other day, Kipchumba Murkomen was telling Kenyans that we are coming for you. For those who are putting the president and other leaders in a coffin, we are coming for you. Few hours later, Kipchumba Murkomen photos in a coffin was all over social media. And they were telling them that, come for us. Come, you say that you're coming for us, come for us. You see, the blunder that President William Ruto made was to capture the parliament and the judiciary. And he left Kenyans with no option. He left Kenyans with no option but to fight for themselves. You see, when the masses have nobody to fight for them, they rise up to fight for themselves. And that is what Kenyans are doing. Kenyans are rising up to fight for themselves. So the likes of Oscar Sudi should not think that they are going to intimidate Kenyans and Kenyans will take in that. Social media is proving otherwise. Kenyans are still making noise and they are telling them that we don't fear you. We are ready for you. We are not going to allow you to mismanage this country while we keep quiet. It is not going to happen and we are not going to allow that to happen. So Oscar Sudi and the rest should know that Kenyans are ready for anything. But what they should know that Kenyans don't want war in this country. Kenyans don't want to go to 2007 election, to what happened in our country in 2007. It is still painful to death. It is still painful. We have Kenyans who are still nursing their injuries up to date, up to today. So they must tone down. They must calm down. William Ruto's being a one-term president is not something that they think that it is the first thing to happen in this world. It is happening. People are now demanding for justice in their country. People want to see development in their country. People want to see good governance. You cannot keep leading people who are so done with you. So for Oscar Sudi, he must understand that Kenyans want good leadership. Kenyans want good governance. And if you fail to give them that, they are going to send you home, whether you like it or not. So these people are surrounding President William Ruto and making some reckless statement must understand that this is not 1997. This is not 1963. This is not 1918. This is 2025. And in 2025, everything you say, everything you talk about is being recorded, is being captured, and it might come back to haunt you. So for politicians, we are not just numbers. We are people. We have blood running in our system. We are humans. Don't make us. For you, we know we are just numbers. For you, we know we are just nothing. But even as that is the case for you, you need to understand that Kenyans are demanding nothing less than good governance. Other than that, they don't want to hear from you. So that is it for me for now. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.